I stayed in the lodge last night. They have very good food, and it's really not very crowded right now. I thought it was supposed to be 100% occupancy, but it was not. It was very nice. And now I'm on my way down to the trail and up to Springer. It's 7 miles from here to Mount Springer. I will probably go to the next shelter after that, but I'll stop at the top and enjoy a snack. Off to the trail. Well, I got about 100 yards and I realized I needed to change my glasses. I don't need bifocal glasses on the trail here. This is the first road crossing of the trail. I'm not going to record every road crossing, but I thought I'd record this one as it's really the stepping off point. And this will be the first "Be Aware of Bears" sign. They maintain this trail really well. A lot of people take it. Usually, I guess. I'm the only one here today. I guess it's going to be steep. If the average time to hike 7 miles is 6 hours, the first of many rhododendron tunnels. I can see they're starting to bud already. River crossing. It's not all ups to the top of the mountain. There's some nice cruisy sections and some downs, and it's a really pleasant trail. I don't know what the temperature is. It was like 36 when I started. And there's either dogs or something on the trail here. But it can't be 40 yet, maybe. Very nice temperature to have just a t-shirt on. So I think I'm going to stop in a little bit and get my sweater off. It was sunnier yesterday. I think there's intermittent rain maybe for the rest of the day, but still nice. It's kind of pretty. So that's a blue blaze, that paint on the tree back there, that marks the trail. And the reason it's blue is because I'm not on the Appalachian Trail quite yet. This is the approach trail.
Distance, 2 miles.
About 2
Time,
miles.
45 minutes, 14 seconds.
I'm going to turn that off. Where was I? So I'm on the approach trail, and that is a 7-mile trail, 8-9 mile trail from the bottom of Amicalola Falls up to the top of Springer Mountain. And Springer Mountain is the terminus, southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. And at that point, the blazes will become, they'll be painted white. And the only time that you'll see a blue blaze will be if you're off trail, maybe getting water or going to a view on the side of the trail or something off trail, something else off trail. But yeah, this has been a very cruisy trail so far. As you see, there's another blue blaze. They're all over the place. You might want to mark another tree pretty soon. That one's not going to last. But they're every 100 yards. Thank you to whoever spent all that time out here painting trees. I was going to save this until, this is my first trail magic. I was going to save this until I got to Springer, but I'm hungry now. I'm going to eat it now. I'm sitting on this rock, and strikes me that this is the third time I've been on this rock. The first 2 times I was here was with my wife, and we sat here and had lunch. So it's kind of a really memorable spot for me. So it's winter in Georgia and there's no poison ivy. Well, I'm going to complain about poison ivy more than this, but let me just tell you, if you look at this vine growing up the tree here, that is not poison ivy. But if you look at this vine, the hairy vine, that is poison ivy. If you were to cut that, you'd be in trouble. Another thing I noticed over here, let's say you were picking up wood for a fire, and you wanted to pick up, say, like that hairy dead piece of wood there. I think you'd be in trouble there too. Don't burn that. They probably had a really nice view from up here. Looks like the highest spot right here in this valley, and it has a nice view of everything, which is why they probably had a fire tower out here in the past. Here's the foundation stones for where the legs would have been. I can't quite read that. This is Nimbleville Gap. The gap is a saddle or valley between 2 peaks, or the low area between 2 peaks. A lot of times there's that'll be where the roads will go, and you walk all the way down one side of the gap, and then you'll have to walk all the way back up the other side of the gap. So I'm walking down, And on the other side of that is the way up. Yeah, here's the way up. It's above freezing, but obviously it's been below freezing quite a bit earlier than in the year. There is some occasional ice patches. Not like I need crampons yet, but there's a spring here that comes out across the trail, and it froze. This is the first shelter, I think, from the beginning of the approach trail, anyway. It's muddy. Black Gap Shelter. Black Gap Shelter. That's a general shelter. That's what a lot of shelters look like. 3 sides and a roof, maybe a table. That's accommodations for some people for the night. I'm gonna go on. It's not even 2, so I'm gonna keep on going. I've got a ways to go, but that mountain right there is Springer Mountain, and I don't know, maybe a mile, and I'll be on the top. That'll be mile 0 of the AT. In 2017 or maybe 2018, when my wife and I climbed this mountain first time, I topped this rise, and there's a guy, an old guy, laying right here on the ground, resting, and he looked up at me and he said, "So, is it everything you thought it would be?" I swear, that guy looked just like Nick Nolte. Right over there, that's the last blaze for the approach trail. There's the plaque that says that this is the Appalachian National Scenic Trail. And right over here is the first blaze. Of the Appalachian Trail. I'll come over here and do the honorary, customary touching of the first blaze. The next blaze is right over there. And next thing you have to do is come over here and sign in. There's a registry. It's unofficial. In the side of this rock. So I got to sign that, and the vacation has begun. This is the first shelter on the Appalachian Trail. I came here out of sentimental reasons. My wife and I stayed here one night, not in the shelter, it was somewhere off in the trees out here. We camped. We were not prepared, and we froze. It was a horrible experience. And we learned a lot from it. If you don't want to hike all the way up the Springer Mountain, up the approach trail, you can get a car or have a shuttle drive you up here. This is the Springer Mountain parking lot. River crossing. That way.